Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Yvonne from Ginger Chick Rehab. I'm so glad to have you back today, and if you're new here and visiting my channel for the first time, welcome. I do lots of DIYs, trash to treasure, furniture plus with my husband Chris, and thrifting adventures to fit into farmhouse decor. So in today's video, I am so excited to be participating in Heidi Sonboul Fall and Back to School Challenge. And if you're familiar with Heidi's channel, she just hit 100,000 subscribers. I am so super excited for her, and it's because of challenges like this. It was well deserved. She has done so much for us little channels that are just out here trying to put videos out and even get seen in this world of YouTube. So Heidi's links to her channels, both channels, would be down in my description box, so you can hop on over. I'm sure that you are not new to her channel probably if you are watching this video. So in today's challenge, I kind of chose the fall side of it. My kids are grown and in college, and unfortunately it's all online for them right now. But anyway, so I chose the fall side, and what I did is, if you know and you're familiar with my channel, I am a thrifter. So everything that I usually find is something that I thrift and find a new way to upcycle it. So in today's video, I am going to show you a thrifted fall wreath that I completely redone, along with a thrifted banner. So this is what today's video is all about. So here's a little wreath that I found at Goodwill. It kind of caught my eye, and knowing that the fall time was coming, I believe these were very much fall colors. And I'm not sure if you think a price tag of $6.09 was expensive or not for this. I thought it was a great deal for all those pip berries and that grapevine wreath. But I'm not necessarily a fan of the sparkly leaves that were on there, or this. Even though the owl ribbon is cute, I'm a little bit more plain than that. And if you were wondering why somebody donated it, wait till you see. Even I'm glad that it had lots of pip berries on it, because they really just were falling out everywhere. When I thrifted that wreath, I knew that I had all this baby grass greenery in my hoard, and it came from one of those Trendly stems from Hobby Lobby, and normally it would have been $14.99 for this bunch, but I got it, of course, half price. So I did not think that was bad, and I knew I had enough to redo this wreath. So the only other supplies I really needed was a hot glue gun, some glue sticks, and some nippers. So the first thing I was going to do is deconstruct this wreath, take off the parts that I do not want, and I'm going to be removing the cute little owl ribbon. And then I'm just going to use those nippers and remove those glittery leaves. I could save them for another project, but I'm not really a glittery person, maybe at Christmas time. So you just kind of search through the pip berries, and why I'm doing this, I'm kind of investigating too how many more of those pip berries are loose. And then a couple more good shakes for good measure to make sure that hopefully I got all the ones that were loose on it. I guess it just happens, or how it was stored, or how it was tossed around. So this makes for a pretty easy project, since I already had this greenery pulled off of the stem from Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be taking one of these little greeneries, and then I'm going to go on the left side, and then I'm going to put some hot glue on there, and then I'm going to hold it down nice and tight. I'm putting it under the pipberry brown, the wire stuff. Can you kind of tell, I hope? And then I'm really holding it and pushing it. I mean, you don't want to just put the hot glue and hope that it's going to attach. You want to put it against something and press it down nice and hard. So what I'm doing is I'm doing one on one side on the outside, and then I'm doing zigzag, and then I go one on the inside, zigzag, and then I'm going to work my way all around the entire wreath. Now, I do want to note that my cat, Squirt, should not be up on this island, but he is a cat that is obsessed when I am working with greenery. So if you watched any of my other videos, he is the one that's always in the videos. So at least he's on the brown paper and I'm not fighting him on the ground, but just know that I don't usually let him on my island. I often wonder if the cat knows that it's not really real greenery, or does he think it's stems? I'm not really sure, but I hope you guys love cats. So this is what the wreath looks like so far. That is putting one on each side, the inside and the outside, and working my way around the entire wreath. So now if this part was pleasing to your eye, you can stop. But for me, I like it a little bit more full. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to try to put one on the top in the middle of where I put the two zigzags at. And there again, I'm going to put it underneath that wire. I want to hide that bottom of that stem with the hot glue. And then I really want to hold this down, nice and you don't want to burn yourself. That's why I try to put the glue on just the bottom part of the stem, and then I really push it in with my finger. So you do have to be careful, and this Ryobi glue gun is mighty hot, but it does work really nice, and it really makes that glue get into that grapevine wreath. And like I said, I just hold it down nice and taut because you don't want your pieces coming off. And then as I'm laying that extra piece on the top, I'm kind of straightening out those pip berries. Some of them were kind of curved. I'm making it a little bit fuller. And yet again, I'm kind of giving a snag on them to make sure that they're not going to have pieces falling apart. So now if this looks pleasing to you, then you can stop. But my eye tells me that I want a little bit of that lighter baby grass green in there. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick out that little bit lighter green of the baby grass greenery, and I'm going to put that, and I'm kind of not put it over where the one on top. I'm still going to put them on top, and I'm just going to, I just want that little bit of green to pop. It looked a little dark to me. So I barely used half of the greenery to refreshen this thrifted wreath. So with the $6.09 and the half price greenery at $7.50, this wreath came in at less than $15, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous for fall. So my next thrift store flip is this harvest banner. I could not pass this up for this challenge, especially since it was only $1.09. So I wasn't thinking that it was a Dollar Tree, and I thought maybe a Target dollar spot. Nope, it was a Myers brand. So I know that cost way more than $1.09 when it was new. So the first thing I'm going to do is see what I have. So, this was brand new for $1.09. I'm sure maybe at a clearance price, they didn't probably give it away for $1.09 at Myers. So it just looks like it's just, a little bit of a linen cloth with some buffalo check leaves on it. So I am going to attempt to tea stain dye this just to get it a little bit more of this distressed look that I like. So the first thing I do is get some water boiling hot. And then I'm just going to add 2 tea bags to the boiling hot water. So then I'm just going to add this right into that hot tea water, and then I'm just going to let it sit overnight and see what I have in the morning. So this is why I let it sit overnight, so I could squeeze it out like this. You definitely did not want to do that, when it was too hot, and that way it just cooled into the fabric. But as you can see, it must have been glued together, so then it just, they all came apart. But that's okay, we will just see what we have. When you're tea staining, you don't want to rinse it, so I thought maybe I'd get a little bit more distressing. Look, at the S is the only letter left on, but now I will just let this air dry. And I do think that the linen darkened, the jute rope definitely darkened. I'm not really sure if I will be keeping these leaves or not, but we'll see what happens when it dries. So I don't think it really gave me the age that I was looking for, where there was darker spots and lighter spots, but it did darken it, so I'm pretty happy with that. And so now I'm just going to try to go ahead and iron the wrinkles out. And of course, I'm going to need to do these letters also. So these glues are one of the things that you find at the Dollar Tree store, and you're like, I'm just going to pick this up because it's $1. I didn't really know I'd have a use for it, but look at here, I do have a use for it. God knows what he's doing. So I needed something to glue these letters back on, and that is the perfect glue. Thank you, Dollar Tree. So then I was trying to glue it a little bit better. I don't know, maybe the water and the tea took these letters off, but I'm hoping that, I can use this kind of a banner from year to year. So I'm trying to get that glue all the way out to the edges. And I thought, well, I have this iron, so I'll just set it on there until it bonds for a little bit. Well, at least I didn't have to try to center these letters because you could see the shadow left behind of where the letters needed to go. So I decided if the leaves would have stayed on, I probably just would have left this project as is, but I was not going to try to glue those leaves back on. And so now I'm just trying to decide what ribbon I'd like to go between these letters. And I decided on, I think I got this buffalo check black and white at Walmart during Christmas time. So why I'm taking it all apart is I want to see how much I have of it and how many times I can, how many ribbons and how long I can make it. And it's actually a wired ribbon. So now I'm trying to guesstimate how long I need to cut the 6 pieces. And, it is just a guesstimate. So that way I can take this one piece and then I can lay it on top of the other ribbon, and then I can cut 5 more strips so they semi-match. And then I'm just going to tie them on in between the letters. And then I decided I had enough of the ribbon left that I could make a second ribbon. So that's what I'm doing now, is just tying on another ribbon. So I did just take the ends and fold them over of the buffalo check and just give them a snip so they had the V just like the ones with the letters on them. So would you have picked this wreath up at a thrift store and redid it? Would you have just kept it the way it was? I just thought it needed some greenery and a new life, and I was happy that it had all those fall colors in it. I know this is not a huge transformation, but I do like that it's a darker burlappy to me, and I really personally wasn't a fan of the leaves on that. I definitely like the ribbon much better, so I can see myself using this from year to year. So I thank you so much for watching today's video, and what did you think of my 2 makeovers? Like I said, you can go out to the thrift stores and it's always amazing what you can find, and that doesn't cost a lot to redo and just decorate your house for the fall season. It's always amazing what I run across when I'm thrifting. So again, I thank you so much for watching today's video, and don't forget that there's a playlist link down in my description box, so don't forget to hop on over that and check Heidi's channel out if you are new to her channel as well. So again, thank you so much for being part of my YouTube family, and my cat would like to be in the video, and if you're part of my YouTube family, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you'd like to become part of my YouTube family, just hit that subscribe button. Again, thanks for watching.